What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to episode 15 of the Liverpool FC series here in Football Manager 2018. And I think I'm going to entitle this episode The Final. And it may be the final episode of this series. I think we'll definitely do a season recap. I feel like, obviously, this was always going to be a beta save. It was always going to be something short term. You may notice down in the bottom right, we didn't win the Premier League in the end, but today we've got a final double header, and it kind of feels like a nice way to cap off a beta save if, and it's a bit of a big if we win both these games. If we bottle them, then my own kind of stubbornness is going to want to play another season to try and make things right and try and win something here at Liverpool. But yes, we've got the FA Cup final and the Champions League final. Just a quick recap, of course, we played Atletico last time out. Since then, 3 league games. We beat Everton. We then drew against Burnley, which meant that we couldn't win the last game of the season to win the league. So at that point, the league was off. I still decided to play a full-strength team against United, and we beat the champions 5-1. Which is kind of blooming typical. I'm hoping that we can carry some of that form into our game. But of course, this result following the draw against Burnley did leave a little sour taste in my mouth. You can see here, just looking at how the league table finished, we finished second, 2 points behind Manchester United on 78 points. But today, we're not going to focus on the league. In fact, we're not going to focus on all the awards and stuff. The league kind of team of the year has been decided. That will come in a episode 16 where I do a kind of end of season review, a bit of a retrospect. You know, we kind of look over everything, how it all went. But today it's all about the finals. As I said, this is the quote-unquote final episode because we're going to do 2 finals. The first game here against Chelsea, looking at the team. Look at it. We have 1 injury. What is this? It's been amazing. It's been absolutely incredible. Resting players, rotating the team. I feel like a lot of people have had injuries in the FM Beta, and I think part of that is due to people not rotating sides, not resting players. But I also have a theory that match sharpness plays a very high role in players' injury proneness and how many injuries they get. And the reason I think it's a very high factor is because it felt like at the start of the year, whilst we were playing kind of friendlies and players weren't match sharpness, we got a lot of injuries. But once we had a settled team, we started rotating the team and the match sharpness was good. We haven't really had that many injuries this year. You know, I've been using the medical centre, I've been rotating the team a lot, which I think is kind of shown by just the variety of kind of, you know, appearances you can see here. You know, players like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, 21 starts, 16 appearances on off the bench. Danny Sturridge, 18 appearances starting, 14 off the bench. There's been so much rotation through the year. Everyone has really been given a kind of chance to shine for the most part. But anyway, let's get into the game against Chelsea to kick things off. We're playing the 4-3-3, nothing too crazy going on here. It's the usual suspects across the team. Mignolet in goal, Moreno, De Vrij, Matip and Joe Gomez. I'm playing Joe Gomez ahead of Klein. Gomez has earned a soft spot in my heart this year. I can't explain it. He's just been superb for us. Anyway, in the midfield, we're going to go with Arthur, Coutinho and Henderson. Worth noting, Coutinho scored a hat-trick in the 5-1 win against United. I feel a little bit guilty not kind of showing highlights of the games that you missed, but let's be honest, let's be frank. It's all about the cup finals today. We're taking on Chelsea. Here is how they are going to line up. They're not playing with wide men in advanced areas, much like they didn't previously. And as a result, I'm going to change my complete wing backs to play an attack for today's game because they're not going to have much in the way of defensive duties in terms of marking attacking midfielders. They are, however, going to need to press up the field, and I want to try and double up on the wing backs if we can. Anyway, I'm going to tell the players just to go out there and give it their all. Let's see how we can get on today. I don't always do these positional team talks, but I feel like today's the day we should do them, you know, for the final. Good reaction out the defenders. Can we get it out of the midfielders and attackers? Well, the midfield, not too bad a reaction. Can Firmino have another happy... He wasn't happy. Well, we tried. We almost got, you know, positive reactions from every single position. But yeah, let's see how we get on going into today's game. The teams are lining up. We are at Wembley here. It's the FA Cup final. It's the first final of this episode 15. And I want silverware. You know, this is our first final in Football Manager 2018. This could set the tone for the year. This could decide, are we going to have a fantastic year of Football Manager, or is this just the beginning of a number of finals that we bottle? It's going to be tricky. You know, Chelsea, a very solid side. Yes, we finished ahead of them in the league. They certainly have caused us problems throughout the season when we've met them. Let's see if we can turn up the heat on them and make something good happen today. Looking at it, 20 minutes gone. One of the worst finals ever. One shot so far. It's gone Chelsea's way, not even on target. Let's see how this game pans out. You can see with 25 minutes gone, neither team really doing a whole lot, which is a little concerning. I mean, I was hoping we were going to have, two classic ding-dong battle finals with goals flying in left, right and centre. So far, it's not great. Can we have something happen? 35 minutes gone, we've not had a shot on target. There is a set piece finally here, although it's for Chelsea. Get the ball out. Mignolet clears it. It's scrambled on the line. How has that not gone in? I don't know, but the ball gets away to safety, although for how long? David Luiz, edge of the box. Free kick, cleared away. Can we counter with pace? Mane, a ball to Salah, who is our top goal scorer for the season, if I'm not mistaken. Can he finish it? He hits the woodwork, I think. Oh dear, he was clean through. For a second you thought it was destined to be. But alas, it didn't find the back of the net. Salah clean through. Henderson though, let's try and bounce back from that. This game has sparked into life. Having had no chances in the first half an hour, we're on our third chance within the last 10 minutes. Henderson, big ball forward to the left inside forward in Mane, but well, Aspilicueta read that like a buck. Take two. Henderson this time going to Gomez. Salah, space down the line, gets crunched from behind. That should be a red card. Jordi Alba, that was disgusting. The commentator said it was reckless. Get him off the pitch, ref. 40 minutes gone. Chelsea are down a man. Hazard is off the pitch. They are now playing with a weird formation. A really weird formation. Are they going to stick with that? I don't know. Well, let's try and make the most of the extra man, I guess. Moreno down the line. Mane. Can he find anyone in the middle? Crosses it. Salah back post into the side netting. Should have done better. We have come to life in this kind of first half, though. That sending off is a massive, massive swing in our favour. And, well, at half-time, 0-0. Not a classic, but with Alba sent off, you have to think that we are the team to go out there now and win this tie. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy. Looking at the analysis, we're having too many shots on range. We're better in the air, so maybe we should put in some more crosses. Apparently we should add a shoot on sight. Interesting. I do want to quickly look. In fact, we'll just quickly start the game here. And pause and load up the widget. I just want to see how Chelsea are playing formation-wise. I'm going to change the system here. I'm going to play Arthur slightly higher up. Like so, we're going to play a midfield trio and see if we can outnumber them. To be honest, part of me is tempted to take off Arthur and bring on another striker. But I'm not going to. We're going to go with this. We're going to move Arthur slightly higher up the pitch. He doesn't need to do as much defensively now. They're just playing with Morata up front on his own. The deep line playmaker on defend really not needed, at least with how Chelsea are playing at the moment. I'm sure if we score, if it gets to the latter stages of this game, they will change their tactic radically. And at that point, maybe we do have to look to change things up. But, well, we have a man advantage here. We definitely had the better of the play at the end of the first half. Let's see if we can try and make something happen. But at the same time, we do need to be a little bit wary of the fact that, we are kind of... Well, we're not winning the game. It's 0-0. It'd be quite easy for Chelsea to potentially hit us on the break and counter. An hour gone. Not exactly a lively start to the second half. Although a set piece here. Henderson, back post, Coutinho. Nods it down to Arthur. The January transfer. Mashes it in. Mashes it in? Smashes it? It doesn't matter. It's hit the back of the net, the ball. That's the end goal. Coutinho actually with an unusual aerial win there. Henderson whipped it to the back post. I thought he'd overhit the cross. Coutinho nods it down. Arthur, who we have moved into that slightly more advanced position from the set piece, smashes it in. We get the goal lead. And you'd have to say it's been coming. Obviously, Chelsea are going to be bitterly disappointed to be down a man. But we have made the most of it. I do need to keep an eye on Chelsea's formation. And I think we'll probably just keep this widget open. I have a sneaking suspicion they're probably going to change their tactical system as the game goes on. So we'll see. We'll see. If we need to change things up. Maybe go a little more defensively if they do throw a few men forward. Both our wing backs are on bookings. That does concern me a little. We've only got Klein who can come on. I'm going to take off Joe Gomez. He is a little bit younger, perhaps a little less experienced. Salah's not had the greatest game either, so we'll bring on Oxlade-Chamberlain for him. Just getting some fresh legs into the side. We did have a week prior to this game just to prepare, just to rest up. And we have got a week following this game until the Champions League final. So plenty of time to rest up. We scored once from a corner already. This time the cross from Henderson, not ideal. Arthur, though, to Mane at the edge of the box. Can he score to Coutinho, who hits it just wide of the post? It was so close. And on another day, maybe it would have found the back of the net and been an absolute worldie. But unfortunately today, it's another chance that's gone a-begging, and well, with 10 minutes left, I feel like we should just go a little more sensible with how we're playing now. You know, we don't need to go more attacking, although if Chelsea score now, maybe I'll change my mind. Morata, he's through. Oh my gosh, Mignolet stops it. I don't know how he saved it. It's a great save. Maybe I should go more defensive. I hate this in Football Manager. This is the one thing I hate about doing Football Manager videos, okay, is that whatever I do in this situation is going to be judged forever. If I don't go defensive and we concede, it's all on me. If we go defensive and concede, I still get the blame from people in the comments. It's a no-win situation. Let's just switch the fullbacks to defend. Let's just be sensible here. Let's just see out the game. Arthur, get back into that deeper role for us, please. I'm going to make our last sub. Firmino's not had the greatest day at the office. Let's bring in Danny Sturridge there, just for some fresh legs in the final third. You can see Chelsea continuing to persist with this system. I'm a little bit surprised they've not gone more attacking. You know, tried to add a little bit of link-up play between Morata and the two centre mids. Kante and Fabregas, not exactly the most mobile nor kind of attacking midfielders. I guess Fabregas, you could argue, is attacking, but he's not got the legs that he once had. He's not as young as he once was, Fabregas, and well, it's still 1-0. There's 10 seconds left of the game. Surely Chelsea aren't going to score now. Zappacosta whips it in. Henderson heads it clear to Fabregas. Are we about to get our first silverware of FM18? It's the FA Cup. It's not the biggest trophy in the world. We will certainly take it, however. And look at that. We get to lift the trophy in style. Hopefully not for the only time this episode. What a performance that was. We have to be honest. The FA Cup run as a whole this year was relatively straightforward, but we've made it count. You can see me there in my beautiful green suits, marching down the touchline with the players to celebrate with our fans. A great win. The result, I want to say it was never in doubt. 1-0 doesn't look particularly comfortable, but let's be honest, Chelsea really didn't threaten us today. The sending off definitely swung the game in our favour. And yeah, what a performance that was. A 1-0 win. Not the most convincing performance all in all, but we have got over the line. And hopefully this can help us carry a little bit of momentum into the Champions League final, which, well, let's get straight into that. Let's go forward. Hopefully you guys are excited. I know I am. And yeah, maybe we can do the double by beating PSG. Okay, folks, so we're back here for the second game of today's episode. And we're favourites. I didn't think we'd be favourites, but apparently we are. You can see here PSG did win Ligue 1, so fair play to them. Of course, their team's pretty blooming good, isn't it? Let's just have a look at their lineup real quick. They have got some players who need rest. So if they only just, like, played? Did they, like, play in the Coupe de France or something? Wow, okay, so Ligue 1 only finished 3 days ago. And they're, I mean, maybe we should be winning this. I'm going to bottle it somehow. I honestly, when I started this Liverpool save, obviously I didn't think we'd find a tactic as good as the one we've got, but I didn't think we'd be in a Champions League final. PSG, they're not going to be pushovers. They're not going to be easy. Obviously, they're missing Motta, actually, with cruciate ligament kind of damage. A pretty key player for them, a very kind of veteran-like player, the kind of player you want in a cup final. The fact that the press think that we're favourites, I guess, piles the pressure on me. Suddenly, in a game, if I'm honest, I was thinking, you know, if we lose it, it was against PSG. Having seen their team's fitness and having seen the match odds, I feel like, I don't know, I'm sweating under the collar a little bit. I'm a little nervous. In terms of our team, this is the lineup we're going to go with. It's the lineup you know, really. I'm going to make one change, that is to put Kasper Dolberg in. Of course, Lallana not registered for this competition. Also worth noting, he wants to move on. We've actually had a few players, if we just look quickly, who want to leave the team. Lovren, Lallana, Emre Can wants to join PSG. Excellent. And speaking of players who want to join PSG, this is funny. Seri's been linked with PSG. I mean, it's taking the Michael a little bit, isn't it? When the day before the Champions League final, your players are being linked with PSG. I don't know who's setting up these links, but yeah, come on, think of the timing, whoever it is. Anyway, looking at this, PSG actually come into this game inconsistent. We are missing a few players, but no one really that major. Hopefully, you know, we can get a good result today. We are going to be playing at the NCS Olympsky Kiev. I don't know. It's a stadium in the Ukraine. The Olympsky Kiev. I don't know. What was that? Let's just move on from that, shall we? Right, this is the team we're going to go with. It's the same lineup, it's the standard team. Mignolet in goal. I've already gone through half these players. Let's go from front to back. So Firmino up top, Mane out on the left, Salah out on the right. I mean, Salah's had a great year this year. Just look at that. 22 goals and 13 assists. A 7.55 average rating. His average rating in the Champions League, 8.29. What the hell? That is absolutely ludicrous. Hopefully you can, of course, put in a performance here in the final when it really matters. On the bench, Chan, Klein, Seri, Wijnaldum, Dolberg, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Sturridge. We can change the game if we need to. Let's get into this. Enough of butchering Ukrainian team stadium names. Let's focus on the here and now. Their team, it looks pretty strong, doesn't it? Generally speaking, they've got Areola, Alves, Kurzawa, Neymar, Mbappe, and Di Maria. It's a little bit of a terrifying kind of striker setup. They've got Cavani and Pastore on the bench as well. Let's just tell the players, the fans have been fantastic. They're the ones who pay your wages. Go out there and win it for the I mean, they don't care about the fans, these players. There's no pressure. Okay, maybe there is some I mean, it's the Champions League final. Go out there and make the difference. Oh, the midfield are loving it. Let's just tell Firmino that as well. Make the difference, and they're all loving it. Well, hopefully, off the back of that team talk, we can win this. We don't need to see their formation. They're going to be playing a mirror image to us. Let's see how we get on today as I accidentally pause the game. Second final this episode. I really don't want to bottle the Champions League. If you could have said, Jack, you're allowed one trophy out of the two finals you're in, I would have wanted this one. I almost feel like if we only win the FA Cup, it's been a little bit of a disappointing season. And that might sound mad, but I don't know. It would feel a bit bittersweet, I guess, to have lost out on the title by 2 points, lost in the Champions League final potentially, and then only win the FA Cup when, we could have done so much more. Anyway, early warning shot goes our way. PSG starting this game a little hotter. And when I say a little hotter, I mean a lot hotter. But we have a set piece. Coutinho hits it just wide of the post. That was really close. Like, really close. I thought for a second it was going to go whizzing in. Mbappe apparently is a threat. We should close him down more. Let's do that. I mean, so far this game, it's been tight. We've had, obviously, one chance. PSG have had one chance. But we're the team on the attack. Firmino trying to whip it in. Can't beat the first man, unfortunately. Arthur, though, recycles possession. Got that crucial goal in the FA Cup final. Maybe the number 7, the new kid on the block, of course, signed in January, could be the difference maker for us today. Although Gomez, giving the ball away there, is not ideal. Di Maria up to Mbappe. He's clean through. He smashes it. Mignolet with the stop. Mignolet, I criticise him a lot. It feels like in the big games for us, he really has got up and made some big saves and been counted as a player in the team. And well, he had that one covered. Definitely had it covered as Di Maria smashes it narrowly wide. You'd have to say we are struggling to get the ball here. We're yet to have a shot on target. Part of me is wondering, is it time to switch to the 4-2-3-1 already? Obviously, it's something that we have done fairly frequently this year. Change systems, been quite reactionary. We kind of have this 4-3-3 that we like to play, and if it isn't working, we've switched to the 4-2-3-1 fairly regularly, and it feels like one of them has worked as well. An intercept's missed. Firmino had a chance to score and gets tackled by Areola. I think that was, it was Kimpembe who actually made the mistake. Of course, if you don't know Kimpembe, really good young centre-back in Football Manager and in real life. I did notice that they are playing Marquinhos as a defensive midfielder in this game. I guess with Motta's injury, they're a little bit light in the centre of the midfield. So quite a defensive setup with their two centre-backs and then Marquinhos, who is naturally a centre-back, also playing as a deep-line playmaker, deep-line midfielder rather. Of course, in our system, that player does play a deep-line playmaker role. But anyway, we're on the attack here until Firmino does that. Not ideal. Now with Rabiot, PSG with the ball. They've had a lot of the ball so far, but we steal it back in what was almost a really dangerous area. They give it straight back to us. How kind of them. John Henderson, no real options around him, but Arthur mops up the play. Coutinho, though, daydreaming. Arthur needs to put in another tackle. He doesn't. De Vrij, though, will gobble that up for Christmas. I don't know why Christmas. The game's in May. Don't ask questions. Logic doesn't need to make sense here, as we do go back to Mignolet. And well, 43 minutes gone. It's 0-0. It's the Champions League final. We need something big. Firmino, Salah, the top goal scorer in the competition, and Areola denies him again. I mean, we've had slightly lesser possession, less shots, but we've had more clear-cut chances, and that could come back to bite us as the ball's whipped to Matip, who heads it straight over and not goalwards at all. It looks like at half-time it's going to be 0-0, although hold the phone. Hang up, Jack. It's not over yet. Salah, the big man on the block. He's played superbly this year. Can he make something happen, the Egyptian? He gets tackled, but it's with Coutinho. Tries to pick up Firmino, but can't. De Vrij, though, to Moreno. And you'd have to say we are penning PSG in here. They keep trying these long out balls with little success. But, well, as I say that, they're now on the attack. And I know Neymar's floating off somewhere up in the top right corner of my screen. And I'm paranoid of a big switch coming into him. And, well, the ball's going to go to Dani Alves, actually. Options in the middle. Mbappe's there. And he scores before half-time. And I should not have said at half-time it was going to be 0-0. I've jinxed it there. Dani Alves, an experienced head with the cross in. Mbappe with the simplest of tap-in finishes. Not ideal. Marquinhos, maybe he is a deep-line playmaker with passes like that. But yeah, the ball whipped in. No one picks up Mbappe. That's just poor marking to end the half. It's been an okay first half. We've had chances. We've not taken them. And we do find ourselves a goal down. And, well, we're going to be kicking ourselves for the chances we've squandered. Team talk wise, I've got to, get aggressive. I've got to say, show me something else. It's the go-to team talk in this kind of situation. I'm also going to switch to the 4-2-3-1 immediately here, which is a little bit of a bold move, but I think it's going to work in our favour. In terms of how we want to line up, we're going to drop Henderson into the deep line playmaker role. We're going to play Arthur as the Mazzala. Coutinho is going to play the advanced playmaker role. I mean, so far this game, just no one has performed that great. The standout performer right now, actually, is Henderson and Arthur in the centre of midfield. Everyone else below a 7, which is really poor. And, well, they're going to need to step it up in the second half. I'm hoping, they've listened to the team talk that we gave. And, they're willing and ready to make things happen. So, yeah, switching systems now. I'm actually going to get rid of the lower tempo. I'm actually going to tell us to play a higher tempo. And the reason I'm going to do that is because, as we've already discussed, they're tired. They are not enjoying this game. We're also going to go with the passing into space. Or rather, not passing into space, but the more direct passing. We need to take advantage of this if we can. We really need to push the tempo of the football in this second half. And we're going to try and do that by catching PSG out. It's worth noting that defensively, they've actually got some players who are fairly fresh. It's certainly in the final third, in their midfield, namely, where they might struggle as the game goes on. But, well, 10 minutes so far gone in this second half. Statistically, it's starting to even out, but we're yet to see a highlight this half. We're yet to really dominate possession for any real spell in this game, although we are slowly edging it back to 50-50. But, I mean, there's not long left in this game. 23 minutes. I was about to make a sub. Arthur's got sent off. What have you done, Arthur? You didn't need to do that tackle. He's had such good discipline all year. He was the hero in the last final. He's the villain today. And now I have a dilemma of how do I want to play. And I'm thinking the way that we want to play is by ditching, boldly here, ditching our system and going a little bit mad and playing free at the back and going very attacking. And just trying to make something happen with what we've got. Have Henderson on a deep line playmaker on defend. Play free at the back and hope that they can contain. Oh, Arthur. Arthur. He's been probably one of my player of the seasons. I've really enjoyed watching him play for us, but he's just thrown it away this match here, potentially. I mean, do we just play free? Or is that silly? It is a little silly. But I don't know what else we can do here. Do we go for the 2 Carrilleros either side so they can try and at least provide a little bit of width? That might be the best way to go. We did play, didn't we, the complete forward system previously. We like the complete forward on attack and then 2 either side on support. Of course, they're not playing a free at the back today, PSG, but I kind of wonder if we can overwhelm them here. Right, we're not playing out of defence. This system was obviously designed for the 3-6-1 that we sometimes play. In fact, thinking about it, I should base it all off this, because if you can remember when we changed systems before, it screwed up all our set piece takers. Some of you guys may remember that game when it happened. We had a situation where we had no players back for corners because I was switching to the 3-5-2 for some reason. Of course, it is still in beta, this game. So I have to look back past those glaring issues when they happened, but it was a little annoying. In terms of how we want to play, I think we've got to just try and overwhelm them and punch a hole down the middle. So team instruction wise, exploit the middle, play fairly narrow, very direct, probably sit deeper to try and create some space in behind. There's no one to look for the overlap. Roam from positions where you can. We just need a high energy finish to the game. I'm going to bring in Wijnaldum to play Carrilero. We're going to go with Salah, Sturridge and Mane as the front three. I mean, it's ridiculous that with 23 minutes left we're going to play this system, but I don't think we have an alternate choice. I don't know why the confirm changes button now isn't working and why the screen's all locked up. Okay, the tactical changes did happen. That was weird. The game like froze for a second. I guess it got confused. I was doing so many tactical changes, it broke. Anyway, we're now just playing to try and take this game to extra time. Mane to Sturridge on off the bench to Salah. Mane, finish that, please. What a goal! What do I go more defensive now? Do I go more... What do I do? What do I do? I don't know. What do I do? It's the Champions League final and we're down a man and we're playing this. Let's drop Wijnaldum deeper. Let's play Coutinho as a centre mid on attack. And let's play to counter. I think that's the best thing we can do. I want you to mark... I want you to mark Dani Alves at right back Salah. And I need Mane to mark Kurzawa at left back. So we're tracking back their men at all times. It's going to require one hell of a shift from them in extra time potentially. But yeah, we're going to go on the counter. We're going to try and punch a hole down the middle again. Try and stay compact as best we can. We need to do less closing down. Can we change time wasting, or does it not want to let us do that? Oh, of course you can't change time wasting. I wish you could. I'd be time wasting right now if we could. Right. Let's go with this. I mean, what are we playing now? Well, it's worked. We've got a goal. I will apologise. The commentary in this final's been a little lacklustre. I feel like I do have the valid excuse of I'm trying to like solve a ridiculous puzzle in terms of how we should approach the remainder of this game. But yeah, we're going to go on the counter. We're going to try and hit them on the break. We're making the tactical changes. Hopefully the match engine isn't going to slow down any more than it already is. It feels like the tactical changes we're doing, the game is processing it like, this guy wants to do what? Just because the changes have been odd. Anyway, 15 minutes left. We're playing on the counter. We're down a man. It's not really the Champions League final I was envisaging, but it's 1-1. But we do need to defend here, and we are very short. You can see our complete forwards tracking all the way back with their fullbacks now, which is going to be important. Although Di Maria open, smashes it near post. Maybe we should have stayed attacking. It's easy to say in hindsight, isn't it? I mean, what are we playing? What is this? Back to the Carrileros, boys. Back to what we just had. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you. It's an odd game, football, and this has been a very odd final. I can't think of a final where I've changed systems like this before. I mean, it's such a difficult situation when you go a man down knowing that you need to win the game and knowing that you're a goal down. Like, you can't just have to go on the front foot, but at the same time, you know that that's really kind of just opening you up for problems. It's like you want to be aggressive, you want to be ambitious going forward to try and get that goal to get back into the game. But fundamentally, you know that in doing that, you're just potentially opening up the floodgates. There's not long left in this game. Let's put Wijnaldum and Coutinho higher up. I mean, is this even a football formation at this point? It feels like we're just trying to overwhelm them as best we can. Anyway, 87 minutes gone. Big ball forward. Mane's there. Can he look for an option in the middle? He wins the corner. I mean, is it a pointless highlight because I was making subs, or is there a chance here? It's a set piece. This is one of those like the few opportunities where maybe we can make something happen from a set piece, if we're even going to see the corner, because it could just be a complete wasted opportunity, and we're just watching this replay because of the fact that we were making tactical changes. I don't know why the game's taking so long to process each change that we're doing. I know that we've done a fair few this match. It's a little odd. Anyway, there is another highlight here. There is still hope yet. I mean, it's the hope that kills you, isn't it? That's what they say. Salah, could he get the ball into the centre? We're down a man. Salah, pull it back. Back post. Mane! Oh, you wassock! You could have scored. Mane misses the open goal, and that's probably the last highlight of the game. Neymar, set piece, clear it. Thiago Silva nods it down. They hit it wide. I thought Mane was going to score. My head's in my hands. That's probably all she wrote, surely. We're going to lose the Champions League final 2-1. And Mane's going to feel like he could have got us back into it. And now, having watched one trophy be lifted by our team, we have to watch this. I mean, I'm just a little upset, I'll be honest. Oh, boy. I don't know if we're going to do another season here at Liverpool. I'm a little bit salty having just lost the Champions League final like that. Oh, I actually feel like the free striker system wasn't actually that terrible today. Unlucky, boys, it wasn't meant to be. The whole game's gone really laggy for some reason. Oh boy, right. Well, I appreciate you watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed both games. That was an interesting final, to say the least. As I said, we'll definitely be back with an end of season live com. I'm not sure if we're going to do another season here at Liverpool. Obviously, this is episode 15. This series was only ever meant to be kind of a short-term save. I'd be interested to know down in the comments, do you guys want to see another season of this? Let me know. I've got lots of ideas for my saves through FM this year. I'm hoping that you guys are going to enjoy them. I feel like maybe there is another season to have here at Liverpool to try and win the Premier League, to try and set this right, this 2-1 defeat that we've had. But I don't know, I'm heartbroken after that result. Oh dear, Football Manager, I love you and I hate you at the same time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, leave a like on it. A little bit longer than I would have liked, mostly because of my tactical decision making in this second game. Yeah, as I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment. Do you want to see another season? And yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. It is me, Jack. Subscribe if you're new around here. I don't know what you're doing if you're at this point in the video, if you're new around here, but if you are, hopefully you enjoyed that. I didn't. I'll see you guys on the next one. It is me, Jack, and I'm an emotional wreck. I'm out.